Today on Retiring Well with Michael Reese, we are explaining why top earners representing the wealthiest 1% in the country love annuities.
Suddenly, they love annuities. But do they love all annuities? No. They love certain annuities. That's what we're going to talk about today. And you want to know what they're doing here because it applies to you as well.
Mike will share with you in detail the top 5 reasons of why the rich love certain types of annuities.
And I should make this really clear. We're not talking about variable annuities that have lots and lots of expenses where the values go up and down. We're talking about simple, guaranteed principal annuities. That's what they like.
All this and more on Retiring Well with Michael Reese, starting right now.
Retiring Well with Michael Reese, helping you make smart decisions with your money so you can live a better life. Today is the day you can take back control of your money. Retiring Well with Michael Reese, where we believe your best is yet to come.
Welcome to Retiring Well. I'm your host, Michael Reese, and this week we are asking the question, why do the 1%ers, the wealthy, love annuities? Yeah, suddenly they love annuities. But do they love all annuities? No. They love certain annuities. That's what we're going to talk about today. And you want to know what they're doing here because it applies to you as well. But before we do that, like I do every week, I want to take a minute and share with you why we do this show. You see, I believe your best is yet to come. We're all living longer, and for a lot of us, retirement might be 20 to 30 years. 20 to 30 years of having the ability to pursue activities that provide meaning in your life, that provide fulfillment. I mean, it's just fantastic to think about. But it's also 20 to 30 years of unemployment. 20 to 30 years where you need your money to work for you. 20 to 30 years where you need your money to support and pay for all of those fantastic activities. So if you're going to navigate the second half of your life comfortably with no financial concerns, you just have to make smart choices about that money. Simple as that. And the problem that you have is that the overwhelming majority of the financial media today, they don't talk about how to do that. They talk about growing and accumulating a portfolio. I mean, you can turn on almost any channel and find out what the hot stock is to buy these days. But what don't they talk about? They don't talk about, hey, congratulations, you've accumulated enough money. Now, to be successful, all you got to do is don't lose it. You've won the retirement game. So protect what you've earned. I mean, you've saved all this money, protect it. Take some income and still grow it a little bit. The decisions, the financial decisions you make to protect your portfolio, take income and grow it a little bit, very different from just growing and accumulating. It's a different world. You got to make different decisions to be smart decisions. That's where we come in. Now, like I do every week, I also want to send an invitation your way. I want to invite you to pick up the phone and call us so that you can have a complete retirement review done for yourself. It's free. There's no obligation. But you pick up the phone, you call us. This is what happens when you come to visit with us. We sit down with you and we help you take a look at your retirement income planning. If retirement is 20 to 30 years of unemployment, the question we want to ask is, will your income be sustainable? Will your money last as long as you do? Hopefully a little bit longer. I mean, you certainly would rather your money last a little longer than you, right? Will it last? We help you identify that. Next, risk analysis. This might be the biggest mistake people make in their retirement. They often take on more risk than they need to get the job done. It's kind of like, think about this idea of you're playing a football game, it's the fourth quarter, you've won the game. You've won the game, you've got the ball, you're up by 20 points. All you got to do is run the ball. Just run the clock down. Stop throwing for touchdowns. Stop throwing bombs. You don't need to do that anymore, right? Just run the ball and you've won. Don't risk losing the game. Well, a lot of you out there with your portfolios, guess what? You might be still throwing the ball when you don't have to anymore. Investment cost analysis. What are you paying your money managers? Our pet peeve. Why can't they be transparent? Why do they have to hide everything? We tell you what they're charging you. We will tell you what you pay them. And tax analysis. We all want to keep our taxes to the minimum, right? Legally. You always want to make sure you're paying as little as you're legally obligated to pay today. But what about tomorrow? What are your taxes going to look like down the road when you're forced to pull money out of your retirement plans, even if you don't want to? Okay, you got to do some planning there. Make sure that you're good today and tomorrow. So call the number on the screen. Come visit with us. We'll go over all this with you. Make sure that you're on a good path for your retirement. All right, today we're talking about why the 1% loves annuities. This is an article in MarketWatch. It recently came out. And, I'm going to read a little bit of this, and then we're going to go in the top 5 reasons that we've identified. But they say class envy is currently in vogue, and it's politically correct to be against what some politicians refer to as the evil rich. So recent studies reveal that the top 1% in the country, they earn over $380,000 annually. Good for them. And the top 10th of the top 1% bring home more than 1.7. Hey, good for them. 1.7 million. It's pretty lofty air, of course, but do these 1%ers, do they even look at annuities? The answer is a resounding yes. And their view on these transfer of risk strategies should be a blueprint on how everyone should use annuities in their own portfolio. And by the way, do I think everyone should use annuities? That's a silly statement. Of course not. Just like everyone should not have stock. Everyone should not have bonds. Everybody's different. Okay? But what they're talking about is they're saying, hey, the top 1% of the country, they suddenly love certain types of annuities. And then the article goes on to talk about why. I'm going to share the top 5 reasons. Here's reason number 1. It's simple risk transfer. Here's what these people are doing. They're saying, look, we know how to grow money. We've built up a lot of money in our nest eggs. What they start thinking about is what we've been just talking about. How do you protect it? It's kind of like going to Vegas. Let's say you get on a hot run in Vegas and you build up a big pile of chips in front of you. What should you start doing? You should start taking some of the chips off the table and putting it in your pocket where it's safe. What the wealthy use guaranteed annuities for, which is specifically what they use, guaranteed annuities. What they're doing is they're saying, let's take some of our gains off the table. Let's put them someplace safe where we can get a decent return. That's reason number 1. Don't go anywhere. We got to take a break. Coming up after the break, we're going to cover reasons 2 through 5. Stay tuned.
Your grandchildren are precious to you. They are your life. This is your time to have that special relationship. Taking care of yourself is taking care of them. Centennial Wealth Advisory is offering a free, no-obligation retirement review to make sure you don't run out of money during your retirement. Centennial Wealth Advisory. Your best is yet to come.
Do you know that there is one mistake that we see retirees make, or those who are nearing retirement make? And we see them making that mistake over and over and over again. That mistake is simply this. They are taking too much risk with their portfolio. It's almost like it's the 4th quarter of a football game. They're up by 10, they've got the ball. All they got to do is make sure they don't fumble it away. Well, here's my question for you. What about you? Are you taking too much risk, or are you getting ready to fumble the ball? Well, how do you find out? It's really simple. You just go to our website, sun-wealth.com, In the upper right-hand corner is a link for your free portfolio stress test. Click the link, follow the instructions, and the results will come to you immediately.
Essential financial strategies for a comfortable retirement. Join TV host and certified financial planner Michael Reese for an informative and exciting presentation with complimentary gourmet dinner, and learn how to protect your assets from market volatility, how to find growth and security in today's volatile market, how to prevent outliving your money, how decisions in Washington, D.C. are affecting your retirement, how to safeguard your assets from unnecessary taxation, the 4 ways to make sure your advisor is giving you expert advice, and much more. Choose the date that works best for you. December 1st or December 3rd at Gumbo's in Georgetown. Presentations start at 6:30 p.m. and are free to attend with a complimentary gourmet dinner to follow. But seating is limited and fills quickly. Call 888-608-5825 or visit send-wealth.com/events to reserve your seats today. There is no cost and no obligation. Don't miss this important presentation, Essential Financial Strategies for a Comfortable Retirement. Call 888-608-5825 today.
Welcome back. This week we're talking about why the top 1% suddenly love annuities. Now, it's not any kind of annuity, by the way. And I should make this really clear. We're not talking about variable annuities that have lots and lots of expenses where the values go up and down. We're talking about simple, guaranteed principal annuities. That's what they like. And we talked about the first reason was just to transfer risk. They build up a bunch of money. Let's take some of the chips off the table and let's put them in a place where the money's protected and gets a decent return. Well, what are the other 4 reasons that the rich suddenly love these guaranteed annuities? Well, let's look at reason number 2. Pension alternatives. What's happened to pensions these days? I mean, it used to be, think about people who retired 10 years ago. I mean, everybody 10 years ago, when people retired, they would come to the office, they had their Social Security income, they had pensions from the companies they worked with, and they had a 401k. I mean, half these people, and it's probably more than that, it was probably closer to 3/4 of them, their pension, their Social Security covered all their basic needs. I mean, they barely touched their IRAs. Well, what about today? How many people have pensions today? Almost no one. And what the rich are doing is they're saying, hey, the idea of having another income source that you cannot outlive, other than just Social Security, that's very attractive to them. They're saying, what they're saying is they say, we like the idea of taking part of our portfolio, putting it into one of these guaranteed annuities that will pay an income to them for as long as they live, that they cannot outlive. So they say, we've got that, we've got Social Security, plus we've got all this other money over here. That makes sense for a lot of situations. So for a pension alternative, that's reason number 2. All right, what about reason number 3? Why do these wealthy people suddenly love guaranteed annuities? Guaranteed principal annuities. Well, tax advantages. As you can imagine, wealthy people, what do they pay a lot of? They pay a lot of taxes. And what they're thinking is, boy, it'd be really cool if we could have a place where we could put our money where it's safe, the principal's guaranteed, and we can get some tax benefits. Heck, if they take income, if there were a way to get some tax benefits on the income, that would be fantastic as well. Well, what a lot of people do not understand is that when you hold annuities outside of IRAs, so in after-tax accounts, there are some different tax laws that apply to them that may be valuable. These tax laws might be helpful. They might help you reduce your tax liability. And as you can imagine, wealthy people, they feel like they pay more than their fair share in taxes. They're constantly targeted. So anything that provides tax advantages is attractive. But here's the deal. Are they the only ones that pay taxes? Don't you pay taxes? And if there were ways to reduce your taxes using some guaranteed accounts, would that be attractive for part of your money? You know, most people would say, yeah, it doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world. Maybe something like this would apply to you as well. So we've got pension alternatives. Maybe that would apply to you. Tax savings, maybe that would apply to you. All right, what about number 4? Estate planning. Now, this is something that we used to talk about this all the time, but it doesn't seem like we talk about it lately. But this can be a really big deal. And this is true whether money's in retirement plans or outside of retirement plans. But what a lot of people don't recognize is that annuities bypass probate. They bypass it, so it doesn't matter what your will says. It doesn't matter what a trust says. If you have money in an annuity, you just name beneficiaries. Let's say you've got an annuity. Husband and wife both own an annuity, and they say, I want this money to go to my children when I'm gone. An annuity allows you to name beneficiaries. So that means the instant you die, your children simply fill out a little form, and bang, the money's there. Just like that. It doesn't go through probate and all the expenses that probate has. It doesn't have to go through a trust or anything like that. It's simple, easy, fast, and you can't mess it up. But here's the other thing you can do with annuities that a lot of people don't know you can do with annuities. As a parent, for free, you can tell the insurance company that holds that annuity how quickly the kids can get the money. So for example, you might say, yeah, they can get it all at once. You could say, no. I want you to pay this out to them over 10 years or 20 years or 5 years or for their lifetime. In other words, a lot of the wealthy, what they do is they say, you know what? There aren't pensions anymore. When I die, I'm going to take this account, I'm going to leave it to my children, and it's going to represent a pension plan for them as part of their inheritance. You could do the same thing, and a lot of people don't know that. All right, so we've covered now the first 4 reasons the 1%ers love annuities. Coming up after the break, we're going to cover reason number 5.
Have you ever heard of the 5% rule? Simple. Consistently earn 5% each year and then take 5% as income. Great, but in this new economy and market volatility, does it work? If I need 5% as income from my savings and the market drops 30% in 1 year, then the 5% I need now turns to 7.1%. Now I have to consistently get 7.1% or more or drop my income accordingly. If interested in a properly structured income plan, then please call the number on the screen.
Essential financial strategies for a comfortable retirement. Join TV host and certified financial planner Michael Reese for an informative and exciting presentation with complimentary gourmet dinner, and learn how to protect your assets from market volatility, how to find growth and security in today's volatile market, how to prevent outliving your money, how decisions in Washington, D.C. are affecting your retirement, how to safeguard your assets from unnecessary taxation, the 4 ways to make sure your advisor is giving you expert advice, and much more. Choose the date that works best for you. December 1st or December 3rd at Gumbo's in Georgetown. Presentations start at 6:30 p.m. and are free to attend with a complimentary gourmet dinner to follow. But seating is limited and fills quickly. Call 888-608-5825 or visit send-wealth.com/events to reserve your seats today. There is no cost and no obligation. Don't miss this important presentation, Essential Financial Strategies for a Comfortable Retirement. Call 888-608-5825 today.
Welcome back. This week we're talking about why the 1%ers love annuities. All annuities? No. Certain annuities. guaranteed principal annuities specifically is what they are really excited about these days. We talked about they use them for risk transfer, right? They're using them for pension alternatives, use them for family, for estate planning. There's just a lot of reasons that they're using them. Now we want to cover, though, reason number 5. And reason number 5 might be the biggest one. Bond alternative. Bond alternative. By the way, I don't know if you can see this picture, but it's a state of Louisiana bearer bond. You know, a lot of you don't even know what bearer bonds are, but it used to be with bonds, you buy a bond and you'd actually tear off these little coupons and turn them in and get paid. And this bond is so old that it's for a whopping $5 investment in 1886. Anyway, today, wealthy people, because they understand how finance works, they are scared to death of bonds. They do not like bonds. And really it's twofold, because bonds have 2 jobs in a portfolio. Job number 1 is to provide ongoing income for a portfolio, cash flow. Job number 2 is to provide stability. So the problem with bonds today is interest rates. Right now, as you know, interest rates are really, really low. So if interest rates are low, how much income are bonds paying into a portfolio these days? Well, the answer is almost none. So they're failing job number 1, provide income. Job number 2 is to provide stability. Well, bond values and interest rates are inversely related, or on opposite sides of the old playground teeter-totter. When interest rates start rising, bond values are going to fall. And wealthy people ask a crazy question. They say, well, why would I want to put my money in an asset class that I know is going to start losing money? Why would I do that? I know, that's a crazy question. Well, they don't. By the way, probably neither should you. Nevertheless, so what they're doing, the wealthy people are saying, well, what kind of alternatives are there? I mean, ideally, what do they want? I mean, they want a place where they can say, what if I put my money in a place like a bond? If I could find a bond that guaranteed my principal, where I could hold it for 9 or 10 years and get 4 to 6% interest, right? At the end of 10 years, get all my interest and get my principal back. I mean, that's what they want in a bond. Just give me a guaranteed account that earns 4 to 6%. But there's no such thing in the markets, in bonds, that does that. However, there are, not many, but there are a few of these guaranteed annuities that do act just like that type of bond, where they guarantee your principal, where you can earn 4 to 6% over maybe a 9 or 10 year period. And they work, they work just like that, just like a bond. I mean, imagine a 9, 10 year bond where you get 4 to 6% interest, where the principal is guaranteed. I would love to have access to that today, but we don't. But there are a few of these guaranteed annuities that do that. And again, maybe that would work for part of your portfolio like it does for these wealthy people, because I'll tell you what, the wealthy people, they love that. They can't get enough of that, it seems like. So there you go. We've got these 5 different reasons that the wealthy people love these guaranteed annuities. Annuities used to be like a 4-letter word out there in the marketplace. Suddenly, they've gone from 4-letter word to, the 4-letter word is star in a portfolio. But again, not any type of annuity, just certain types of annuities. They are guaranteed principal annuities, and you might want to find out a little bit more about them.
You've worked hard for your money, and your best is yet to come. You've reached a point where you don't put your money at risk anymore. The road ahead doesn't scare you because your money is secure and working for you. Centennial Wealth Advisory, portfolio stability, tax reduction strategies, lifetime income, financial security in any economy. Essential financial strategies for a comfortable retirement. Join TV host and certified financial planner Michael Reese for an informative and exciting presentation with complimentary gourmet dinner, and learn how to protect your assets from market volatility, how to find growth and security in today's volatile market, how to prevent outliving your money, how decisions in Washington, D.C. are affecting your retirement, how to safeguard your assets from unnecessary taxation, the 4 ways to make sure your advisor is giving you expert advice, and much more. Choose the date that works best for you. December 1st or December 3rd at Gumbo's in Georgetown. Presentations start at 6:30 p.m. and are free to attend with a complimentary gourmet dinner to follow. But seating is limited and fills quickly. Call 888-608-5825 or visit send-wealth.com/events to reserve your seats today. There is no cost and no obligation. Don't miss this important presentation, Essential Financial Strategies for a Comfortable Retirement. Call 888-608-5825 today.
Let's go ahead and recap what we've learned today about why the 1%ers suddenly love certain types of annuities. First, contrary to popular belief, guaranteed annuities have become very popular with wealthy people. And we covered 5 reasons why. Risk transfer, family planning, taxes, a lot of different benefits. And don't forget the big one, as a bond alternative. Now, times of options have changed. You got to ask yourself, are you keeping up? Another thing we talk about on the TV show all the time is, the top financial advisors don't use mutual funds anymore. They use exchange-traded funds instead. Are you keeping up? Wealthy people are saying, hey, we're not using bonds anymore, but boy, annuities, these guaranteed annuities for income, we like them. Are you keeping up? Are you getting the best advice that you should? And that really brings up our complete retirement review. I invite you, call us. Just call the number on the screen. Give us a ring. Come visit with us. It's free. There's no obligation. But come see what it's like to talk to a fiduciary who truly understands retirement planning. Let's take a look at your retirement income planning. Will your money last? Is your income sustainable? Let's take a look at your risk analysis. How much risk are you taking? Is it the amount that you want to be taking? Is it the amount you should be taking? More importantly, is it the amount that you need to be taking to make your dreams a reality? We find very often people are taking more risks than they need to. Fees, what are you paying your advisors? And taxes. Are you keeping your taxes to a minimum? Are you truly getting good tax planning? Just give us a call. It's free, no obligation. Just call the number on the screen. That's our show, folks. Have a great weekend.